How can Iron Man be back in the Moon Knight series? Could we possibly be seeing mutants sooner than we think? Why aren't you reading the Bendis run of Moon Knight? All this and more on Agents of Origin. Welcome to Agents of Origin, where we take the small details and place them under the microscope. After the events of Endgame, the Phase 4 and Phase 5 slates of the MCU are going to be insane. Perhaps literally, as we see a psychologically damaged hero make his appearance on Disney Plus in his own series. If you aren't familiar with Moon Knight, he's basically Batman that serves an Egyptian god and has severe dissociative identity disorder. Mark Spector was a mercenary who was supposedly died during a job in Egypt and was resurrected by the powers of Khonshu, the bird-faced Egyptian moon god. Spector developed a disguise mimicking Khonshu, minus the beak, and called himself Moon Knight. He came back to America to become a brutal vigilante that has been on teams like the Secret Avengers, the Defenders, and Heroes for Hire. Mark Spector developed several personalities over the many years that he has appeared in comics, and each of them dresses in a different version of the Moon Knight costume with differing motivations. A Marvel Studios produced version of Moon Knight itself will be extremely entertaining to say the least, but we will most likely be seeing appearances by some well-known characters, alive or dead. To come to that conclusion, look no further than Moon Knight comic run, written by Brian Michael Bendis, which is both loved and hated by fans alike. In this story, Moon Knight is called to action by Captain America himself, only we see as the comics progress that this Cap is most likely a figment of his shattered psyche. He imagines that he keeps being visited by the heroes that he admires the most, Captain America, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. Moon Knight's obsession with gathering counsel from those famous Avengers drives him to continue to create gadgets that are added to his costume, such as a glove with claws like Wolverine, web shooters like Spider-Man, and even a version of Cap's shield, which we know is in the hands of the Falcon at this time. Each hero represents a different side of Mark Spector, such as Wolverine representing his brutality, Spider-Man is his hope, Captain America is his moral center. It would not be surprising at all if the Moon Knight series brings in some form of this relationship. So, given the current roster of the MCU and knowing that that deal between Marvel Studios and Sony is uncertain at best, here is my prediction for who appears in the Disney Plus series. Going for the trio of personality pieces, I would guess that Tony Stark, Iron Man, would be there. It's an easy way to bring the character back without actually bringing him back from the dead, and since Steve Rogers is still technically alive as an old man, it makes the most sense. Coming in second is the Falcon. There are actually few Avengers who are public figures, and as Sam Wilson assumes the role of Captain America in the Falcon in the Winter Soldier series later this year, it would be logical to say that Sam appears as an inspiration to Moon Knight. Lastly, I have a strong suspicion that Wolverine will be maintaining his role. There have been multiple hints that mutants will begin showing up in the MCU, beginning with the Black Widow in May. Marvel has hinted that several more mutants will trickle in through the Disney Plus series and films before the X-Men are formed. Between now and 2022, which is when the series is expected to air, there are many opportunities for Wolverine to show up in the MCU. My guess would be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Even though Logan has deep ties to Japan, the Ten Rings organization is spread across the globe. So Shang-Chi could very well run into Wolverine as he chases down the terrorists. Who do you think would be a great character to cameo in Moon Knight? Do you think Robert Downey Jr. would come back for a small appearance? Leave your comments below, and remember to like, subscribe, and tell your friends about Agents of Origin. You don't want to miss out on the content that we'll be delving into over the course of the next few months. Until next time, Agents, I'll see you in the field. Or unless we're quarantined.